Chosen one, pause for a moment. This is not random, and you are not here by accident. Something within you sensed there was more, even when life tried to convince you otherwise. You've carried questions in your heart, felt pressure you couldn't explain, and endured resistance that seemed disproportionate to your efforts. That is not coincidence. There is a reason opposition has followed you, a reason your journey has felt heavier than most. From the very beginning, heaven placed its mark on you. Before you understood purpose, purpose understood you. Before you found words for faith, faith was already guarding you. This moment is an invitation to wake up to what has always been true. Open your heart, settle your spirit, and allow this message to meet you exactly where you are. You are chosen, not because of perfection, but because of assignment. Long before you took your first breath, your life carried intention. Heaven did not stumble upon you. You were selected with care. That inner pull toward meaning, that hunger for truth, that refusal to settle for shallow living, all of it points to a calling placed deep within you. When darkness reacted to your existence, it wasn't because you were weak, it was because your presence carried threat to systems built on fear and limitation. You were never meant to blend in, you were designed to stand, even when standing felt lonely. Many chosen ones struggle with the same question. If I'm called, why has the road been so hard? The answer is simple and sobering. Resistance often rises in proportion to potential. When heaven releases purpose, opposition attempts to delay it. You were challenged early because your future carries weight. There were moments when rejection tried to rename you, when delay attempted to exhaust your faith, when betrayal made you question your discernment. Yet, you're still here. That alone is proof that what was assigned to break you failed. You survived not by accident, but by grace. Throughout history, those set apart rarely looked the part at first. There was a young shepherd dismissed by his own household, overlooked and underestimated, yet heaven had already affirmed him. Long before he stepped into victory, he was already approved. There was another who wore chains before wearing authority, misunderstood before being entrusted with influence. What others labeled misfortune, heaven used as preparation. Their stories weren't smooth, but they were purposeful. In the same way, your path may not have followed expectations, but it has always been leading somewhere greater than you imagined. You must understand this clearly. Authority does not come from noise or appearance, it flows from alignment. Heaven entrusts power to those willing to walk in obedience, humility, and trust. That is why your growth has required patience. You were being shaped, not stalled. Every season that felt hidden was developing endurance. Every unanswered prayer was strengthening discernment. Every closed door was protecting you from paths that would have limited your calling. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. Now hear this. You were not placed in this generation to live cautiously or quietly when truth is needed. You were given authority to stand firm when fear tries to rule. That authority is not about dominance over people, it's about victory over influence that seeks to distract, discourage, and divide. You are equipped to recognize lies and replace them with truth. You are empowered to walk forward even when conditions feel uncertain. What has been assigned to you cannot be fulfilled through passivity. It requires courage activated by faith. There is a daily responsibility that comes with being chosen. You must guard your mind. Doubt does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it whispers through exhaustion, comparison, or disappointment. When fear suggests you are behind, remind yourself that timing is not your enemy. When insecurity questions your worth, return to the truth of who called you. When distraction tries to scatter your focus, choose alignment again. Authority grows when it is exercised, not when it is admired from a distance.
Many chosen ones spend too long waiting to feel ready, but readiness is often revealed in movement, not comfort. Faith is proven through steps taken before clarity appears. There will be moments when obedience feels inconvenient, when trusting feels risky, when following direction requires releasing familiarity. Yet those moments are gateways. What you are willing to release determines what you are able to receive. Purpose demands motion. Adversity has been one of your greatest teachers. What you endured sharpened discernment. What wounded you deepened compassion. What challenged you refined resilience. You were never meant to be defined by pain, but pain has played a role in shaping your strength. The lessons you carry were costly, and because of that, they are valuable. One day, what you survived will become what sets others free. Your testimony is forming even now. You are not called to walk alone. Strength grows in connection with those who value truth and accountability. Isolation weakens perspective, but community strengthens resolve. Align yourself with people who encourage growth, who speak life, who challenge complacency, and who celebrate obedience more than applause. The right connections sharpen purpose and protect focus. You don't need a crowd, you need alignment. There is also power in consistency. Daily alignment matters more than dramatic moments. Quiet prayer builds clarity. Reflection strengthens direction. Gratitude guards perspective. When you choose to begin each day grounded in truth rather than reaction, you position yourself to walk with authority. This is how heaven's direction becomes lived reality rather than distant belief. Now is the time to act on what has been stirring within you. That idea you keep returning to, that nudge to serve, to create, to forgive, to begin again. It is not random. Obedience unlocks momentum. When you move, support meets you. When you trust, clarity follows. What you build in faith will outlast what is built in fear. Chosen one, your life carries meaning beyond what you can see today. You are authorized not to shrink, but to rise, not to hide, but to stand, not to survive, but to walk with purpose. The same power that preserved you through trials now calls you forward with confidence. Step into what has been waiting for your agreement. If this message speaks to your spirit, let it move beyond listening. Share it with someone who needs encouragement. Stay connected to this community where faith is strengthened and purpose is awakened. Declare it boldly in your heart and in your actions. You are authorized, you are equipped, and you are called. Walk forward knowing that heaven stands behind every step taken in trust.